everyone, and welcome back to Friendly Fire, a new season of trying to make my friends kill each other, but with the power of words instead. Today, arguing in the mantle and the precipice of EU, we have the newcomer fresh and decided to put him against arguably the easiest opponent because he can't really speak English properly, Hap. Now, the argument we'll have today is, should teams recycle old players or risk it on new blood? And Hap, the young blood, is up for young new blood, surprisingly. Take it away.
Yeah, I defended you on the show, but this time I'm going to try and win this one. And indeed, I think there should be more new blood, and there's been plenty examples of it. Of course, Benja is the first one that springs to mind after his great debut he had in EUL. 20 kills he managed to land. But there's been many more of these examples in the history of Siege. If you go to, for example, NAL, you have Bolo, who was picked up before he was even 18 and managed to make it in straight away. NGR, who had a great opening season. Kino, and now recently, young Alec, who managed to have a very great opening game. And on the EU side of things, well, you have members like Milan, who just went into VP and suddenly shook the entire EU scene. Kayak, who managed to go from Cowana towards G2. And then finally, of course, Blur, who...
That's your time. That's your time.
The name in.
New blood, all the energy. But let's throw it over to somebody who's old blood and passed it at least 2 or 3 times. Fresh, arguing for recycled old players.
Past it I may be, but you talked about new blood, you talked about Blur, you talked about Benja. I will reference Joe, for example, and Dreezy. There is new blood that's not wiped out. And I've got a question for you, Hap. Who are the best 2 league teams in EUL right now?
Well, I'm not allowed to answer because it's your 30 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you. It's BDS and it is NAVI. BDS, they elevated themselves when they went with an established player in Playday. That made them so much better. NAVI, they got rid of their new blood. They got rid of Joe. They picked up secretly. And look at where NAVI are now. And that's all I will say is that experience often counts for so much more than new blood. And I've gone about 7 seconds.
You have 7, so you can just stare him out.
I'll just stare him out. Experience beats new blood. That's all I'm going to say.
There we go. And that is both arguments from either. Was either of them good? I don't know. That's technically not my job, even though it is my show. So it's down to people to vote at home. Who do you think was more compelling? Who do you think was right? And who walks away with no prize? Because I forgot to bring one this time.